So, did you see that Kalyan Jewellers stock just jumped after their Q3 update? I mean, it's quite the headline, right?
Yeah, actually, I did. It seems like they had a pretty strong quarter, which isn't surprising given the festive season.
Right, like the numbers are pretty impressive. A 39% jump in consolidated revenue year over year. That's quite something, isn't it?
Absolutely. And India operations alone saw a 41% growth, which is a major boost, fueled by weddings and festivities, of course. Think of it like a snowball effect. The more people celebrate, the more they tend to buy jewelry.
And it seems like their same store sales also did well with a growth of 24%. What exactly does that mean, though? The same store sales growth.
Well, same store sales growth, or SSSG, just means that sales increased at their existing stores, not just because they opened new ones, which is a really good sign of a healthy business. It shows that their brand is resonating well.
That makes sense. And they opened a bunch of new stores too, right? 24 in India this past quarter.
Yes, exactly. And they're planning to open even more, like 30 Kalyan showrooms and 15 Candere showrooms this current quarter. It's like they're rapidly expanding their reach and presence.
And it's not just India. They saw a 22% revenue growth in the Middle East and even launched their first store in the US, which is pretty huge, I guess.
That's right. The Middle East contributed 11% of their consolidated revenue, demonstrating their global presence is growing. And the move into the US is like planting a new flag, isn't it?
Okay, now what about Candere? That's their digital platform, right?
Yes, Candere, their digital first jewelry platform, saw a massive 89% revenue growth. They're clearly tapping into the online market effectively, and that's where a lot of growth is happening.
Wow, that's a significant jump. So it's like they're covering all the bases, both physical and online.
Precisely. It's like they're fishing with multiple nets and they're reeling in a good haul from different streams.
So all this positive growth has impacted their stock price, I assume?
Yeah, the stock jumped by 5% on the news and it's up 107% over the last year. So they're considered a multi-bagger stock.
A multi-bagger, that sounds like it's done really well. What does that even mean?
A multi-bagger stock basically means it has given investors returns that are several times their initial investment. It's a term used when a stock has seen substantial growth, kind of like hitting a home run in investing.
That's pretty good. So it's a good stock to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. According to some analysts, they have a strong market position and are capitalizing on growing demand. Their multi-channel approach is probably going to continue to propel them to new heights.
Now, they also said something about future plans, didn't they? Like launching even more showrooms?
Yes, for FY26, they're planning 170 new showrooms across Kalyan and Candere formats, including a focus on non-South India and international markets. It's like they're doubling down on their expansion plans.
So they're not slowing down at all, it seems, huh?
No, they are definitely not. They've already started signing LOIs for the next financial year, which indicates a strong confidence in their future growth. And, it also suggests long-term planning.
That's pretty impressive. So they're going the franchise route or FOCO, as they mentioned?
Yes, exactly. Franchisee-owned company-operated model, or FOCO. It's a way to expand without bearing all the costs, kind of like sharing the load to accelerate growth.
Okay, that's a smart move. So to summarize, what we've got here is strong revenue growth, expansion in India and abroad, a growing digital platform, and big plans for the future.
Yeah, you've got it. Kalyan Jewellers seems to be hitting all the right notes, kind of like a well-tuned orchestra performing a really impressive piece.
So I guess that's why the stock price is going up, right? Investors are seeing the potential.
Exactly. It's like when you see a rocket launching into space. People want to be a part of that journey. The market is definitely responding positively to their recent performance and future prospects.
So what's the long-term outlook for Kalyan Jewellers? Do you think it will keep climbing?
Well, according to some analysts, it looks like the stock is consolidating currently, but there's potential for it to reach 950 rupees if it breaks past that 800 rupees resistance level, which seems likely given their strong growth.
Interesting. So it's a wait and see situation, but the potential is definitely there. It feels like they are positioning themselves for continued success.
Yes, it does. Like they're building a strong foundation to reach new heights. they're not just celebrating a good quarter, they're setting the stage for continued expansion and growth.
Right. I mean, given all their progress, they have the potential to become a major global player, right?
Yeah, definitely, especially with their focus on both the Indian and international markets. It is like they are casting a wide net, hoping to capture the growth opportunities wherever they may be, and they are succeeding actually.
Okay, well, this was pretty insightful. Any other interesting tidbits we should keep in mind about this whole situation?
Well, just that their revenue figures are subject to a limited review by their auditors, and more details will come after the board approval of their results for the quarter. It's like checking your work before you hand it in to make sure it is all correct.
That's good to know. So we should keep an eye out for that detailed information update.
Absolutely. It's like waiting for the final piece of a puzzle to get a complete picture. It'll be interesting to see what they announce next, right?
Definitely. This has been a pretty good dive into their recent performance. Makes you wonder what the next quarter will look like, huh?
Yeah, it does. Kind of like waiting for the next chapter in a really captivating story. I guess we'll have to wait and see what they have in store for us next, right?